What's up, guys? This is Nate. Got another tip for you, and that tip is to focus on open architecture. Specifically, if you're up and coming, new product, a new application, whatever it might be, really take some time to think about how you're setting yourself up or setting your company up to work with partners or collaborators or other software providers, because oftentimes what I've found is that you'd be surprised how many software companies specifically are out there but weren't built to easily integrate with. So as a new up and coming software provider or product developer, really focus on not just an open integration interface, right? Obviously you're not going to be able to open everything up to everyone, but spend some time thinking, what are the things that we have that other people might need, and what are the things that other people might have that we might need? What might that integration look like? And just build your architecture kind of from day one, thinking that we're not going to be everything to everyone. I mean, if you can, that's fantastic, but I've never been able to do that. So how might we make some design decisions or architectural decisions right now that will help us integrate with other companies or other clients later? And kind of just keep that in the back of your mind as you build out your security and your APIs, etc. And one other thing that is also incredibly helpful is having self-documenting APIs. What we use is something called Swagger. I know a lot of you out there have heard of it. If not, you should definitely look them up. I'll put a link below the video. But that really helps us integrate really across continents. We've got teams in South America, India, Australia, and then obviously here in the US. And having each team use Swagger to document their APIs makes it a lot easier to share those APIs, the configurations, the calls, the returns, etc., with potential partners, right? Without having to ask, your development team, hey, could you write up some documentation on that? Because everybody hates that. So we intentionally build our APIs using Swagger from the beginning. So it's something to think about. Open architecture. How might you play nice with everybody else? Because this day and age, trying to be a closed-off system and not integrate it's only going to be a limiting factor, really. The people that are really winning, I think, in the software scene specifically, are those that will openly integrate with others, right? And obviously, there's going to be some exceptions and competitors that you might not want to, etc. But by and large, having a software tool that you can bring to a client and they say, well, what about this? Can you plug this in or can you build this? Oftentimes, it's much easier and overall net benefit to just integrate with another provider, right? Because they probably do it better than you do anyways. And that's fine, right? Just provide that bridge out to their application. Because if their application is not integrated with your application, well, guess what? The client is going to see more value. And if the client sees more value, then it's great for you and it's great for them. So everybody wins, right? So if we think about it from an abundance mindset, there's enough out there for everybody to win. Think about those open architectures, but also think about self-documenting API infrastructure, specifically Swagger. I'm sure there's others out there. We just use Swagger. But think about that as you go into building maybe your next API. Think about how you might connect with others 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, right? Because so often when I'm talking with potential channel partners, the one thing that just puts their guards down is being able to say, hey, we've got an open architecture, we've got open APIs, you can search our stuff, you can bring it into your system, and it immediately moves the conversation to a different level. Right? Because now there's a connection opportunity there. Now, what might that look like? So think about that. Open architecture, self-documenting APIs. It will only help you as you're reaching out, trying to grow your business, grow with plugins, grow with channel partners or integrations. So take a minute, think about your architecture, think about integrations, because in the long term, it's going to pay off. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.